This is the exact video sales letter structure that made me 8.3k in a day, and here's just some proof of concept. 6.6, that's in pounds, and if you convert that to dollars, of course I've got to show the bigger amount, so it's 8.3 in a day. Okay, so I'm going to go through the exact video sales letter structure that you can use to do so, and there should be 3 stages of your funnel. There should be getting attention. So if you have no attention, of course you're not gonna have anyone to pitch your offer to. Next one is trust, and if you don't have any trust, when you pitch that offer to someone, no one's going to trust you enough to buy from you. And third stage is convincing / conversion, and we will be speaking about the convincing / conversion stage in this video. And by the way, this is the video sales letter, 171 views, and it's an hour and a half long. And I know it's a bit longer than normal. That's because I don't just use the VSL to convince. If you really think about it, all your YouTube videos could be video sales letters. They could all be video sales letters, but there's a certain way that you can structure your video sales letter to give it a bigger chance of converting people into paying clients. And also, YouTube videos are just amazing. Like, YouTube videos in general will convert people into book calls. I don't know why a lot of people say, yeah, start a personal brand, but when people hear that, they think just short form content for some reason. But no, you need long form content to build up trust. You can have even lead magnets, everything like that, just free courses, anything like that will build up trust. And I recommend YouTube. It's the easiest right now to get into, and it's the easiest to actually convert attention into paying clients. What you need to realize is trust is the number one thing you need to sell somebody something. If you don't have any trust at all, no one's going to buy from you. And this is exactly what this video does to people. It builds up trust. And all my other content as well, I have 300 YouTube videos on here. Like, that's building up trust. And I have a 5-hour free course. If you want that, check out the description down below. It's in there. It's about personal branding and monetization with a mini personal brand. Okay, you don't need a huge personal brand to actually get clients. If you want that, check it out down below. It's completely free. Anyway, trust is the number one thing you need to sell somebody something. I circled that because it's very important. That's the only thing. Well, one of the only things you need to sell somebody something. You need their trust, and you can't do that through the attention stage. Okay, you can't do that through 30 to 60 second clips. It's either going to be the trust or convincing stage where the real trust is going to build. Okay, you need to remember, guys, you're selling to a stranger online thousands worth of dollars or pounds worth of product, okay, or whatever, whatever you sell, service. This is mostly for online coaches and agencies, but if you sell an info product and everything like that, this will work as well. But you need to remember that you're selling to a stranger online. Understand, like, you're trying to sell something to someone who is a stranger. You need to build up trust, and it's not just going to be like that. That's what you need to realize, and that's what everyone thinks. They're going to post content, it's going to build up trust straight away, and it's going to convert people into high ticket clients. No, people who come onto your page normally don't buy till 4 to 6 months later, or even consider buying. Okay, that's the trust building stage. And guys, remember, they're a stranger online. Okay, they're a stranger online. Why do you think you're going to build up trust like that? You don't even build up trust for people who you meet a couple times. Well, how do you think you're going to build up trust through a screen? Okay, it takes a long period of time. But anyway, let's move on to the structure. So I want to go through the whole video sales letter structure. So first is the introduction / story. Next is labeling audience with a problem, and the introduction shows results as well, so proof of concept. The second is label audience with a problem / rub salt in the wounds of the problem. Third is make solution aware / position your solution as the best. And fourth and finally is end with a simple call to action. So let's go through the introduction / story. So first of all, within your video sales letter, you need to introduce what you'll be speaking about, and also explain who it's for and not for. And that's important because it's going to get rid of the people who are not qualified, and it's going to bring the people in who are qualified. And just speaking about what you're speaking about is relevant because you need to let them know why they should watch the video, what's really in it for them, okay? And that's one of the most important parts, because you need to explain who it's for and who it's not for. So this is for online coaches who are making between 3 to 7k a month, and this isn't for people who don't want to put in the work to get clients, who so and so. Okay, you just explain your qualification process basically. So what I mean by going through your story is going through your story on how you came up with the unique mechanism you sell. So we all have a unique mechanism, what we sell. That's a unique process to get clients results. You need to speak about your story on the trials and tribulations you went through to come up with this unique mechanism. And what I mean by this is basically, for example, for me, I was posting every single day. I went viral multiple times on my old TikTok account, and I didn't make anything from it. That's my trials and tribulations I went through. Then I came up with this light bulb moment, and I was like, what if you don't need a big amount of followers to make money? You just need the right followers and a good nurturing stage. And that's how I came up with my unique mechanism. So I went through my story on how I came up with it. I got them emotionally invested, because they're probably relating to what I'm saying. Okay, my audience is probably relating to what I'm saying. If I have my ICA in line, so my ideal client avatar in line, I should know their exact psychology, and that's what you should know. You should know their exact psychology, and you should get them emotionally invested. Because if you sell what you've done in the past, so if you sell, let's just do a fitness example. I always do fitness examples because they're the easiest to understand. But let's just say, for example, you are a fitness coach. You've probably been through what they're going through right now. So you were going through the nights where you're like, oh, should I even continue with this diet? Oh, what do I even do to lose weight? How do I do it? You've probably been through that stage, so you relate to them. And I think a lot of people underestimate the power of relating to someone within your content. I think that's the most important part, because when you relate to someone, you build a connection, and that builds trust. And they realize, okay, this guy's been through the same things I've been through, or this girl's been through the same things I've been through. And he's got results for them. He's got results for himself. Okay, he can get results for me. Let me just invest. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So if you relate to someone, it just builds up a big connection. And if you get them emotionally invested, because remember, people buy from emotions, not logic. Okay, they buy from emotion. Okay, if you get someone emotionally invested, they're gonna buy from you. Okay, people don't buy a car for out of logic. They buy a car from emotions. They want to feel the adrenaline. They want to get people looking at them when they ride past in a nice car. They don't do it for them. Well, they do it from themselves for the achievement, but that's still emotional, okay? So people buy from emotion, not logic. And I hear people say people buy from emotion and back it up with logic. That kind of makes sense. But sometimes it's not logical to buy something, but you still buy it because you're emotionally invested into it, okay? So go through your story on how you came up with your unique mechanism. And this is also where you can show social proof. So clients' results and your own results, show exactly where they went from where they got where they're at now, implemented the unique mechanism, explain how it worked and everything like that. And the next stage is labeling your audience with a problem. Sorry if I'm snuffling a bit, I've got a little bit of a cold, I think, coming. You know them when you feel it coming. I think I've got that. But anyway, next stage is label audience with a problem and rub salt in the wounds of the problem. And this depends where your audience is at within their customer journey. So you need to know if they already realize they have a problem, or if they just need to understand how bad that problem is. And you could do this both, you could do it both, okay? You could do both of these. You can label your audience with a problem and rub salt in the wounds of the problem. And what I mean by that is list loads of pain points and list why it's so important to solve the problem and what happens if they don't solve the problem. Again, this gets them emotionally invested. Maybe, let's just say again, another fitness example. You can speak about how it gives a bad example to their kids, if they have kids, if you help people with kids, because you should know your ICA that well, okay? Ideal client avatar. You can get them emotionally invested by that. And that, again, remember, people buy from emotions, not logic. This is the main goal of this video, sales, to get people emotionally invested. But yeah, it depends where your audience is at. I would just do both, if I'm honest. Like, label them with a problem. You're probably suffering with this right now, and this is why it's so bad. Don't say it like that, obviously, but you understand what I'm saying. You're going to label audience with a problem and rub salt in the wounds of that problem. And remember, what you need to remember is, if there isn't a need, they won't buy. Okay, if there isn't a need, they won't buy. And I said people buy off emotion, not logic, and this is true still. But if there isn't a need, they're not going to buy. So I like to say this analogy a lot, and it's, if you don't need a car and you hardly have any money, you don't need one, are you going to buy one? You're probably not going to buy one because you don't have a lot of money. But if you did have a lot of money and you didn't need one, you would buy one because emotionally invested into it, okay? But you don't have a lot of money, okay? But if you still didn't have a lot of money, but you needed that car, you actually needed it to get from point A to point B, let's just say, for example, you needed something to like sleep in, I don't know, okay? But you needed it, and you still didn't have a lot of money. Would you buy it? Yes, because there's a need there, you need it. Okay, so you need to do that for your own product, service, program. Okay, you need to make sure there's a need there, and you can do this by rubbing salt in the wounds of a problem and making them realize how bad that problem actually is and why it needs solving ASAP. Okay, next is making them solution aware / just positioning your solution as the best. So they've probably watched your content beforehand, so you can just position your solution as the best. You need to then go through your solution, so you need to go through it. Okay, and what you need to realize, again, I know I keep saying that, but you need to realize people don't buy for info, they buy for structured information. They buy for someone's hand to hold along the way, or do it for them. They buy for you, from your personal brand. They buy because you're the one teaching them, and they buy it so they don't have to go through the trials and tribulations you went through. They don't buy for information, okay? They buy for the structured information. And a good thing, I think Montel said this, Montel Gordon, look him up, he's very good at what he does. He said something like, if your argument is they buy for the information, how comes you're not in the best shape of your life because there's free information all over the internet? Or how comes you don't make 50k a month because there's all free information over the internet? Okay, it's because people don't buy for the info, they buy for structured info, they buy for someone's hand to hold along the way, and they buy because it's you, because especially if you're building a personal brand, they buy for you, they invest in you. People buy from people, okay? And so they don't have to go through all the trials and tribulations you went through, okay? And what you need to do with this solution, always position it as the best. And I want you to fully go through your solution. So step by step, give them a step-by-step process on how they can get to the desired outcome. And you're probably thinking, oh, why would I give away my secrets? People buy because you give away secrets, okay? Trust is the number one thing you need to sell somebody something, and you can't build up trust by just giving away fluff and no information, no good information, okay? So you need to go through it step by step, and yes, if you want, you don't have to reveal everything that you go through, but just make sure it gives a lot of value. And if they implemented the advice, which they won't, because remember, they don't want to go through all the trials and tribulations. They'll pay you instead to help them and help them avoid those trials and tribulations. And it's going to help them get to their desired outcome if they did implement the steps, okay? That's how valuable it should be, okay? And always position it as the best, always speak highly of it. You need to big it up and compare it to the system they're using right now and old systems that do not work anymore. So explain how it doesn't work, explain why is yours the best solution, why it works, why it does this, why it does that, exactly step by step why it's so important to implement, okay? And then after that, that's just it. Your step-by-step process should be long enough, and I would say the best time frame for this video sales letter, especially because it's going to be on YouTube, it's going to be 40 minutes to an hour and a half. Mine's an hour and a half, but 40 minutes is the sweet spot, I would say, because it's not too long and it's not too short. So yeah, that step-by-step process should take up most of it. And you always need to be subtly convincing them that it's the best, okay? Then simply at the end, you're going to end with a call to action, and this is basically just saying, if you want this implemented with and for you, or with or for you, whatever you do. If you're an agency, you'll say for you. If you're an online coach, you'll say with you, because you do it with them. If you want this implemented with and for you, and you want to get results so add some more social proof, and then you can say guaranteed or whatever your guarantee is, if you have a guarantee even, and then you're going to say book in a call down below. And in the link of your video sales letter, there should be a book a call link. Whether you do yours on a landing page, whether you do yours on YouTube like I do, because YouTube is the best 100%, I just put it in the description, say check out the link in the description and book a call. Okay, and guys, proof of concept will always win. If you add just even a little bit of proof of concept in, you're going to get way more book calls. I have this potential client that I really want to sign on because he has so much proof of concept already, and he's just not doing some things that can really get him amazing results. And he has a load of proof of concept, and he's going to get so many clients if he implements the stuff that I'm going to be teaching him if he joins my high ticket offer. But yeah, anyway, proof of concept beats everything. If you have proof of concept, just show it, and it's going to do amazingly well. And don't beg. I want you to realize this. Don't beg for the book call. Don't be like, book a call, please book. Don't beg a book a call. Just say, if you're interested in getting the results you deserve. And you can also use scarcity as leverage. Be like, we only take on a few amount of clients because it's very hands-on, a month. And then just don't beg, just say simply ask for a book call. Structure beforehand should have taken care of all those things where it's like, should I book in a call? It should have rubbed salt in the wounds of the problem so well that they say, I need this implemented ASAP, let me pay it. Okay, so that's literally the structure of the video sales letter. Really simple. I'll go through it one by one. Introduction / your story. You're going to label audience with a problem or rub salt in the wounds of a problem. You're going to make a solution aware / position it as the best. More social proof, then end with a simple call to action. And yeah, literally that's all you need to do for the video sales letter structure. It should be between 40 minutes and an hour and a half. I would say 30 to an hour and a half. So 30 minutes to an hour and a half. Okay, I would say 40 is the best. And yeah, that's how to structure your video sales letter. I hope you got some value from this. If you're interested in learning how to use a mini personal brand on Instagram and YouTube to attract high ticket clients to your offer, you can check out my free 5-hour course down below. It's 5 hours long and full of value, and it's completely free. All you have to do is click the link where it says 5-hour course, and it says scalewithcontent.card, I think it says. And yeah, click on that and check that out. It's a 5-hour training going through exactly how you can start a mini personal brand and attract high ticket clients to your offer. And check out the other hour and a half free training down below. Again, you know that's my video sales letter, so you know it's my video sales letter, but if you do want to watch it, I guarantee you'll get some value from it. And that's the whole point. That's where people go wrong with their video sales letters. They just try and convince people. They don't give any real value, and people realize, okay, you're trying to convince me, I know that. I'm not stupid. You're trying to convince me to book a call. So don't just do that. Give away a bunch of value, and that's exactly what my video sales letter does, because it's an hour and a half long. It gives away a bunch of value. So I hope you got some value from this. Subscribe, everything like that. Check out the trainings. Join my community where I talk about everything to do with content creation and monetization. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. Peace.